What are the bold predictions so bold that you're okay with me reading on the air at the possible expense of your humiliation? Well, let's dive in tonight. Gainesville will love the first bold prediction from Oviedo, I think it's Oviedo, Florida. From Florida. Florida finishes 10-2, beats the brakes off Miami and FSU. Okay, well, we're just going to, for the sake of argument, say they beat Miami and FSU. I think this may be a little bit of a correlated prediction. And by that, I mean, if Florida's good enough to go 10-2, it's highly likely they beat Miami and Florida State en route to 10-2. Not definite. I could see them losing to Miami and going on a run, but you get my point there. This is a 9.25 on the boldness scale. Their win total is 7.5. They have got our number 2 strength of schedule in the country, in the P4, so in the country. I am high on Florida. 10-2 is a little lofty for me. I'm going to make that a 9.25. Next up, and this is certainly building off last year, college football with Sam hit us up. He said, Kurt Cignetti takes Indiana back to the playoff, except this time he wins at least a game, advancing to the quarterfinals or better. 9.5 for me on this one. They got the 9th best odds to win the Big Ten, but who cares? They didn't have high odds last year. They're top 40 in returning production. That's good. They went and got Mendoza, the quarterback out of California. They got NFL guys on defense. There is a certain energy, obviously, and attitude that team played with last year. I would expect that to carry over. Here is a potential snag. Last year, they played 7 of the bottom 8 teams in the Big Ten. This year, they play Illinois, at Iowa, at Oregon, at Penn State. So if they make the playoff, then they've done something more impressive from a scheduling standpoint than they did last year, which means they've got a better shot at winning a game once they make the playoff. That's still a 9.5 for me, though. That's not an easy draw this year for them. Next up, this is a 9.5 too. Let's see. Brock from Austin said, an SEC or Big Ten school will get every at-large playoff bid. Okay, so Notre Dame alone could wreck this. Like if Notre Dame makes it, this is done. If the ACC championship game loser makes it, or the Big 12 championship game loser makes it, this is done. So what you need is you need some separation in the SEC and the Big Ten. Like you need some elite teams to form in both those conferences and then a little bit of room where they just beat up on the inferior teams and you got a bunch of 10-2s. Because if you got a bunch of 9-3s, I'm not sure they're all going to be able to overcome whatever else is out there. And let me cut in really quick and ask, look, prayer hands, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, check and make sure. Over 50% of you aren't. It's free, it doesn't sign you up for anything, and it helps us keep the show free, college football year-round, the way God intended it. All right, back to the clip. Also, think about the Big 12. What if there's separation there? What if Texas Tech and Arizona State are clearly the best 2 teams? They play each other in Tempe, and let's say Arizona State wins. But then they face off 12-0 versus 11-1 in the Big 12 championship game, and Texas Tech wins. Well, both of them are going to the playoff. So you're going to be wrecked there. Too many scenarios could wreck this. I'm going to make it a 9.5. And then the boldest of the night comes to us by way of Dawsonville, Georgia, home of Bill Elliott. Danny said Fran Brown leads Syracuse to the playoffs this season. 9.75, bordering on 10. Jesse, make it a 10. This is a 10 for me. I'm going to scratch through that on my own paper. Yeah, this is a 10. So they made a huge leap last year. They won 9 games. There's a reason their win total's 5.5 this year. It's because they're 98th in returning production. They got hit in the portal. They lost their star wide receiver, their star defensive tackle. But the real problem is the schedule. We got them playing the number 1 strength of schedule in the ACC. They go to Clemson. They go to SMU. They go to Georgia Tech. They go to Miami. They also go to Notre Dame in out-of-conference play. They play Tennessee to start the season. Making a bowl game this year is a big win for them, all things considering. So they're not, Fran Brown can use this all he wants to. Forget about the playoff talk with Syracuse. That is a tough draw this year. So that's a 10 for me.